Kathy is going to start us off today. Kathy's over in Austin, Texas. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Great. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I've heard you all advise against using credit cards in favor of debit cards or cash. So my question is, why shouldn't my husband and I take advantage of getting credit card points for travel expenses that are required for work but are going to be reimbursed by the employer?
So your employer is so poor they require you to advance them for your own travel?
No, sir.
Well, why do they require you to advance them for your own travel? You're traveling on behalf of an employer and they're not paying for it in advance? Why are they making you pay for it for them?
Well, that's the established protocol.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. We haven't asked them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you understand that if they decide not to pay you 1 month, that those are your credit cards.
This is true.
And you understand that I'm the guy that's been counseling and coaching people for 35 years. So I'm the guy that had the guy walk in with $11,000 on his Amex that was supposed to be reimbursed. But when he went to the office that day, there was a padlock on the door and they'd filed Chapter 11. He got nada. He had $11,000 on his Amex. Amex didn't care if his company had gone broke. They wanted their money.
Understandable.
Yeah. It's kind of a problem, isn't it?
For him, absolutely.
For you, too.
Why are you different?
Well, we haven't experienced that same situation that you just described.
I know, but
so
you're exposed to that exact same risk.
This is true.
And all for an airline mile. It's almost impossible to use. So I think if you're going to, if you're willing to take that risk, I'd be very scared about it. It is standard in corporate America. Somehow corporate America has conned its employee base into taking a loan on their behalf with the promise of repayment, and taking the risk for that and acting like it's no big deal. But it's a real deal. I've noticed it many, many times going sideways on people. The other thing people do is they run up stuff on their credit card because they're just not watching that's not reimbursable. And so they end up with a reimbursement check that's less than a balance.
That's right. Yeah, you could spend something on that credit card and think, oh, I'll get reimbursed for this. But Becky down in accounting might not think so. And so you're on the hook for that.
But you got an airline mile.
But you got your airline mile.
And when you use a debit card, the strangest thing happens. You pay more attention because it's like real money. So here's the deal, Kathy. Couple things. Number one, when you use a credit card, you are likely to spend more than when you use a debit card, period. Tons of research showing that because it doesn't have the same friction, marketers call it, in your brain.
A lot more.
So your chances of spending more are higher. Where you're doing it on behalf of an employer hoping for reimbursement, your chances of making a mistake are higher. Obviously, you don't think that any of this applies to you, but it does. It does. And so you're just more susceptible to risk and to problems. And then the third thing is this, and I think the most compelling argument is this. I have never met a single millionaire that says, Dave, I made it all on my airline miles. That was my breakthrough. My financial difference, the difference maker in my financial plan was I took a $1 billion company that studies consumer behavior in depth, and I was smarter than them. I whipped them. I didn't spend more, and I got airline miles. And I actually used the airline miles. I actually gamed the system, and I became a millionaire because of it. Never met one. Not in 30 years of doing this.
Well, let me take it a step further.
I know a lot of middle-class broke people who think they're gaming the system and are strutting around, acting like they got something with an airline mile, but they really didn't at the end of the day.
I'll take it a step further, Dave. I don't like supporting companies that their entire model for having revenue is built on failure. Failure to pay on time. I don't like that. I like companies that offer a service that really would like to help you, and they get revenue from giving you something or helping you do something or giving you a service. I can't support a company where the only way they make money is by people failing to pay on time. That's the top seller right there. I don't like that.
The way they get them in the churn is they offer an airline mile. And oh, by the way, Consumer Reports says 78% of the airline miles are never redeemed. So
Yeah.
I know Kathy's maybe in the 22%, and she may get 100% reimbursement, and
She
she may
might.
never overspend. But you are playing with snakes, Kathy.
Look, everybody says, I pay my card off every month, but all I know is this, there's $1 trillion in credit card debt. So somebody's lying.
Yeah, and it's up right now.
Yeah.
And
Somebody's lying.
And I got to tell you, the number of people that we've coached out of credit card debt over the years that said, it all started because I was trying to get a free airline ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other one. This one's humorous to me. This is not, Kathy didn't bring this up, but we'll just keep on this subject for a minute. The Discover points, you get 2 points back.
Yeah.
So you get 2% back.
2%.
So here's the deal. You spend $100
2%.
to get $2. Now,
Big whoop.
explain to me how that causes wealth.
Ugh.
That in order to get $2, you spend $100.
Yeah.
What math class did you people go to?
The school of the broke.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the kind of stuff that's out there. And so what I studied and the way we came up with the process that we use here is common sense that Grandma had, and I studied where companies are being predatory, and I stay away from snakes, and I studied wealthy people, and I find out what wealthy people do.
Yep.
And yes, some wealthy people, Kathy, do have a credit card, and some of them do pay it off every month, but none of them claim that was somehow a financial breakthrough.
That's right.
And you're already spending more mental calories on this than it's worth, even if you're getting full redistribution on this. So you ask why? That's why. You spend more, you're more likely on a travel expense account to spend money that's not reimbursable because, I get my airline miles back. Oh, I'll buy 2 instead of 3. I'll buy 3 instead of 2 because I get my airline miles back. So you're more likely to spend more. You're higher risk when you are loaning this corporate America characters your money, hoping they're going to pay you back each month. Whew. Scary stuff. And we have seen the times that they didn't. You can't just assume. Assuming will get you in trouble.
You know what they say about it.
Yeah, I've heard.